cleaning of wild root vegetable from the mountains due to road construction in the mountains of Prezdar. This edible foxtail lily stands devastated, stands uprooted, and it was thrown into the nearby wasteland streams, and from there this is the collection which traditionally local people also use to innovate vegetable. So I am just trying to clean them properly because there are a lot of silt, clay, sand, and despite many washing, still I am seeing some dirt and silt. So it will be cleaned after repeated washings before it is boiled, cut into small pieces and cooked like honey, Taraxacum officinae. This is not Taraxacum officinae, rather this is Aramurus hamalicus, popularly known as mountain candle, a desert candle, foxtail lily, which has many local names. In Prezdar mountain it is called as Kahalu. In some location it is called as Dharshak. In South Kashmir, Daksam, Kokarnar, it is called as Prezdar. In Pahalgam mountains, it is called as Volu or Woolen or Wool. In Vandipura, Gurais area, it is called as Bulkat. Sometimes it is also named as Chilhak. It has many names in local dialects and languages of Jammu and Kashmir. This stands introduced in the floriculture gardens of Kashmir as ornamental lily. This does not belong to Liliaceae, rather this is placed in the family Asphodelaceae as per angiosperm phylogeny group and molecular evidence, but previously it was also included in Liliaceae. So presently its family is Asphodelaceae, is tuberous, swollen, roots are medicinal, and they are also cooked as vegetable, rather dried roots are powdered and kept for later use in the mountains. So Aramurus hamalicus, foxtail lily, mountain candle, desert candle, bulkut or chilha or William or Prezdar or Dharshak or Kahlu. This is also sold in the mountain markets during spring, March, April, but during autumn time it gets dried up. Only underground swollen roots, they permeate to severe winter under snow, and then when spring returns they will again put up brave stem, then new foliage which is cooked as cabbage, and then beautiful white flowering raceme of flowers which looks like foxtail, so it has been named as foxtail lily. This is lesser known mountain vegetable which has been resourced from the hills of Prezdar. Father. Very interesting. Star fish like swollen roots. They look like starfish arms, or they can be confused with tentacles of octopus. But this is a plant, perennial plant which grows in mountains of Kashmir and Kishtwar. Rather, it is exploited as vegetable. Two kinds of vegetables. One from the strap-shaped leaves which they get in spring, and during summer they uproot these fleshy roots, star-shaped fish like roots to innovate the vegetable. Beauty of this plant is that this belongs to aloe vera family. Aloe vera, we are familiar as a plant which is pickled, which is used in burns, skincare, cosmetic products. Aloe vera juice is very familiar, antidiabetic. So everybody is familiar with aloe vera, gihi kumar, or in Dogri we call as quad kandal. We also are familiar with another plant which is called Asphodilus tenuifolius. In spring season in Jammu wastelands we find this onion-like plant, but it is not onion as its scape is branched. So what is the usual character of the family to which aloe or Asphodilus belongs? And the family earlier was circumscribed as Liliaceae family, but now the family to which aloe vera and Asphodilus tenuifolius belongs, family is Asphodiliaceae. But in Cronquist system, it was Liliaceae. So this starfish shape, swollen edible roots from the mountain plant, botanically it is identified as Eremeurus hamalicus. Hamalicus means it is endemic to northwestern Himalayas. So this is a Himalayan plant. And why Eremeurus? This has the Greek origin. Eremi means desert, os means tail. Why tail? Because this plant, when flowers, it bears a very long tail-like spike. Botanically speaking, technically speaking, that is a raceme, because the flowers have the stalks. Flowers are not sessile. In spike, flowers are sessile. If they are stalked, then that becomes a raceme. Unbranched, 1 meter tall, floral spike like raceme looks tail-like. So it has been named as Eremeurus and species Hamalicus because it is seen in the Himalayas, especially northwestern Himalayas. In Jammu and Kashmir, we find it in Powder Hills. And because there is a road widening going on, some road construction activities being carried out in the fragile mountains of Powder, linking the Himachal Pradesh. So in those slopes, this particular plant, Eremeurus hamalicus, grows. And locals have the habit of collecting it as vegetable during spring as well as summer. But due to road construction, lot of mountain slopes stands devegetated, and these roots were thrown into a nearby brook, stream, from where this collection has come. So no plants have been intentionally damaged to collect these roots, but rather they were collected from the waste, from the clay which they have, local laborers have thrown nearby in that location. And this particular plant belonging to Asphodiliaceae is unique. The name of the plant was coined by a British botanist who was working with Kew Botanical Gardens. His name was John Gilbert Baker. And even many plants stand name in his honor. And one plant is Lilium bakeriana. Another is Rhodolina bakeriana. This plant is known in local dialects variously. So more than 7 names are used by the locals in the mountains of Jammu and Kashmir. This plant is brought to Kishtwar market as leafy vegetable under the name kahlung or dhar shag, Dhar is a mountain range, also sometimes named as Dhar Shag. Dhar Shag, basically it is a Dhar Shag. Shag means leafy vegetable or root vegetable. But if we enter Kashmir from Sindhan type, then at Daksam and Kokarnag area, this plant is familiar to the Kashmiris in South Kashmir as Prezdar. And they are also consuming it, especially the nomadic graziers. So we find this plant in that Margan, Sindhan locations also. If we go to Pahalgam, Chandanwadi and those locations, Amarnath route, then there also we find this plant growing as candles. At a bud stage, the plant really looks like candles. So on mountain slopes which are barren, it looks as if Diwali lights have been lit by the god. So this has been aptly popularly named as desert candle. Another name is mountain candle. So here though I am focusing only on roots, but if you see this bud will sprout. If it would have been the soil, it would have sprouted into a 1 meter long leafless scape bearing the flowers in thousands, all flowers facing outwards, each flower white with orange anthers. And they look so elegant, so decorative that it has been included as ornamental plant in the floriculture Mughal gardens of Kashmir. So this has ornamental value also. Even the Britishers took this plant to Europe because of its beauty. So it has been named as Himalayan foxtail lily because it looks flowering, raceme looks like tail of a fox, foxtail lily or a Himalayan foxtail plant. If we go to Pahalgam area, Sona Marg area, then this plant is locally called as wool or woolyun. And when we enter Gurez Valley in Dawar area or even Tolel area, Abdulia, then this plant is locally named as bullcut, especially around Dahinala. When I interacted with the locals, they named it as bullcut. But there are people who also name it as chilhawk. So this plant can be innovated for some kind of vegetable. Soup also, and these fleshy roots can be consumed by way of snacks also. But unique phytochemistry of the plant, including any plant from the family Asphodelaceae, including aloe vera, is presence of anthraquinones. Locals are collecting these roots and powdering them, and the root powder is taken for health benefits. So this particular unique feature of starfish-like roots is really very amazing, which we see in this particular plant. Leaves are strap-shaped when they appear in the spring. So this is the portion. From here, the stem would have risen in the coming spring. Each spring, a new shoot will come up, and roots will remain dormant in the soil. The soil should be humus-rich. It should be well-drained soil. No water logging is tolerated by this plant. So even if we want to cultivate it, we must put it in such a direction which is sandy, loamy soil, well-drained soil, sunny location. It doesn't need more water. So water sparingly, it stands introduced even in the Sri Pratap College, Srinagar, Chashma Shah Botanical Garden. In Jammu region, we can cultivate this plant in Patnitop area because it's exotic relative, which is called as red hot poker or torch lily, Niphophia, Oberia, Niphophia, aloifolia. That is under cultivation at Patri top. So that plant has been included for the beauty of pink red flowers. If that particular plant can be cultivated, even this Aremurus hamalicus, I would recommend the floriculture department to introduce this plant at Patnitap also, so that this native plant is conserved, and this is known to the locals under various local names that reflects its familiarity. And since there is a road construction going on in Padar Hills and much of devastation of this particular taxa has taken place, so this is our responsibility to conserve the plant by way of conserving this in the floricultured parks and gardens. So even the local people who are familiar with this vegetable and they are consuming this, I think responsibility lies on their shoulder also to cultivate it, to put it in cultivation in the farmlands. It should be seen flowering during summer even in Bhadrava campus, University of Jammu. It should be included in Gatha, that lake park. So wherever there is a tourism point of view, some kind of structures coming up, so in each lawn, I think Aremurus hamalicus should be included. At home in Trikuta Hills, we had another species which is called as Aremurus. That is another species, not hamalicus. I am forgetting its name, but that is also familiar to us, which can be and which has been introduced even in the Botanical Garden, University of Jammu. But that is not Aremurus hamalicus, rather that is another species of Aremurus. So this particular plant, I think this is one lesser known taxa, although it is very familiar to the mountain people, but the people who are living in subtropical plain area, they are not familiar, and it's a unique architecture of roots or root design which looks like starfish like, or this is typically the, you can say, the octopus arms. This I think even children will not forget, and they will remember how it looks like. So its local names also need to be known to the younger generation, so they are familiar with the rich heritage of biodiversity. So biodiversity Act has come into play, and under that we have the JK Biodiversity Council also, and it is the mandate, the rather responsibility of each and every panchayat and even urban local body to cultivate these plants which are declining in the wilderness because of our developmental activities. And another is they also need to document the knowledge pertaining to plants, whatever local names they must include, especially in the Padar panchayats and even Daksam, Kokarnag, Gurej, where they should mention this plant under various names, as it is named as Kahlu, Dharshag, Prezdar, Wool, Woolun, Woolcut, Chilhawk, and English, Foxtail lily or Himalayan foxtail, and in scientifically, botanically, Aremurus hamalicus, as named by the British botanist John Gilbert Baker. पकौड़े बन रहे हैं एरम्यूरस हेमालिकस के, फॉक्सटेल लिली, प्रेज़दर, कहलू, धरशाक, बुलकट, वुल्यून, छिलहाक, जिसकी जड़ें जो हैं पील करके, मोटी फ्लैशी जो जड़ें थी स्टारफिश या टेंटिकल्स की तरह, उनको पील करके फिर उसके बाद इनको बॉयल किया, बॉयल करके वो पानी जो है वो डिस्कार्ड कर दिया, और ये जो है पीस करके इनको बेसिन में नमक, मिर्ची, हल्दी, चिली डाल के इनको इनोवेट किया गया स्नैक्स के तौर पे। तो ये हम कह सकते हैं ये हैं प्रेज़दर पकौड़े या कहलू के पकौड़े, लेकिन जड़ के हैं, पत्तों की सब्जी तो सभी खाते हैं, लेकिन इनकी जड़ों को भी खाया जाता है। लेकिन शायद ही किसी ने एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस की फ्लैशी रूट्स के इस तरह से पकौड़े बनाए हों। और ये जो मटेरियल है ये पाउडर से है। वहाँ पर सड़क बन रही थी तो स्लोप से इन पेरिनियल एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस के प्लांट्स को उखाड़ फेंका है, तो वहीं से ये लाके जस्ट एज ए एक्सपेरिमेंट आल्सो और एज पर ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज इसको हम आज स्नैक्स के तौर पे चाय के साथ खाने वाले हैं। साथ में ही हमने एक और मसाले जैसी एक बीज इकट्ठे किए हैं कल के ही, जो है जखिया के बीज। जखिया मैंने किसी जंगली तुलसी है, क्लियोम विस्कोसा, जिसमें 4 पंखुड़ियां ही होती हैं किसी सरसों की तरह, लेकिन स्टेमन्स का नंबर ज्यादा होता है। और एक टाइम था इसको कैपेरेसी में रखा जाता था, जिसमें क्रेटिवा, एडेंसोनाई वेराइटी ओडोरा, वारना, भरुना आता है। लेकिन आजकल क्लियोम्स को सेपरेट फैमिली क्लियोमेसी, तो इसको हम एशियन स्पाइडर फ्लावर भी कह सकते हैं। जखिया उत्तराखंड हिमाचल में काफी ज्यादा है, मसाले के तौर पे काले जीरे की जगह पे यूज किया जाता है। तो आज हम इसका शौक लगाने वाले हैं, जखिया का एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस जो काट के रखी है, इसकी एक सब्जी इनोवेट करेंगे। जब तक पकोड़े बन जाते हैं, चाय के साथ पकोड़े हो जाएंगे एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस के, और शाम के लिए एक डिनर जिसमें एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस, प्रेजदर, वुल कट जो है वो शामिल होगी। लेकिन आप देख रहे हैं कि पकोड़े जो हैं ऑलमोस्ट बन चुके हैं, फ्राई हो चुके हैं, तो अब इनको निकाला जाएगा और उसके बाद जखिया के साथ तड़का लगा के इसके एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस की कुजीन मेकिंग जो है कुजीन डेवलपमेंट वो भी हम करेंगे और होपफुली अच्छा टेस्ट होगा। 2005 में मैंने पहली बार इसकी सब्जी जो है पाउडर के इलाके में खाई थी और वही याद मुझे आई, और 18 साल बाद दोबारा इसका सेवन करने का एक सौभाग्य प्राप्त हो रहा है। और जंगल की ये नायाब सब्जी, माउंटेन वेजिटेबल, पत्ते मार्केट में आ भी जाते हैं कभी कभी बिकने के लिए। भद्रवाह, किश्तवाड़, गुरेज, टक्सम, कोकरनाग, पहलगाम में अक्सर जो पहाड़ी लोग होते हैं वो इनको खाते हैं। तो आइए आज हम एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस की सब्जी और साथ में ही हम ये पकौड़े जो हैं इसका लुत्फ आनंद लेते हैं चाय के साथ। तो आप देख रहे हैं बन गए एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस प्रेजदर के पकौड़े। तो ये पकौड़े हैं और ये जो आप सामने देख रहे हैं जड़ें, फ्लैशी स्वोलन रूट्स हैं एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस की, जिनको पील करके बॉईल करके फिर बेसिन डाल के पकौड़े जो हैं इनोवेट किए हैं एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस के। ये रूट्स हैं और इसी से जो है निकाली गई पीसेस जो थे वो बेसिन में हमने स्नैक्स के रूप में डाल दिया। लेकिन अगर आप सब्जी देखना चाहते हैं तो ये सब्जी बन रही है एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस की सब्जी है, जिसमें थोड़े से जंगली सरसों के बीज जो हैं जिनको जखिया कहते हैं उसका तड़का लगाया है, और साथ में ही जो मार्केट में बाजार में हमें मिलती है सरसों ब्रासिका, उसके पत्ते थोड़े से मिक्स किए हैं एज ग्रीन, क्योंकि इसके पत्ते एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस के पत्ते इस वक्त नवंबर में तो मिल नहीं सकते और वो मार्च अप्रैल में ही मिलते हैं, जिनको बड़े चाव से खाया जाता है। समर में इसकी रूट्स को ही हम खा सकते हैं क्योंकि पत्ते जो हैं वो मैच्योर हो गए होते हैं, उनको खा नहीं सकते। जो पहले पत्ते निकलते हैं वो बड़े स्ट्रैप शेप्ड ब्रॉड होते हैं, तो कैबेज का स्वाद देते हैं। कच्चा भी खा सकते हैं, सलाद में भी खा सकते हैं और वेजिटेबल भी कुक कर सकते हैं। लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता जो स्टेम जब निकलती है, फ्लावरिंग स्टेम, और उसके बाद वो पत्ते जो हैं वो खाने के लायक नहीं रहते। तो उस वक्त जो है गांव वाले, खासकर पाडर के इलाके में, किश्तवाड़ जिले में, इनकी जड़ों को निकाल के जिस तरह से हंद बनाया जाता है टेरेक्स का ऑफिसिनेट, उसी तरह से इसकी सब्जी बनती है। तो आज इसकी सब्जी हम खाने वाले हैं। और जब तक सब्जी बनती है तब तक हम टेस्ट करते हैं ये स्नैक्स, ये पकौड़े एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस का, जिसके कई नाम हैं। काहलू, धरशाक, प्रजदर, वुल्यून, वुलकट, छिलहाक, जटकुसी एक पहाड़ी है। जब हम जाते हैं गुरेज की तरफ तो पूरी पहाड़ी जो है इसी वनस्पति से भरी पड़ी हुई होती है। और जब वो बड स्टेज पे होता है तो ऐसा लगता है जैसे जटकुसी पे किसी ने मोमबत्तियां जो है जलाई हो, कैंडल्स, इसलिए इसका दूसरे नाम है माउंटेन कैंडल, डेजर्ट कैंडल। और इंटरनेशनल माउंटेन डे हर साल हम 11 दिसंबर को मनाते हैं। और उस वक्त जो 11 दिसंबर जब इंटरनेशनल माउंटेन डे हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, उस वक्त ये जरूरी है कि हम पहाड़ों की वनस्पतियों को जानें, पहाड़ों का इकोसिस्टम को हम सुधारने की कोशिश करें। और जो एक्सप्लॉइटेशन है वो बिल्कुल ही सस्टेनेबल होना चाहिए, ओवर एक्सप्लॉइटेशन नहीं होनी चाहिए। अब ये अब कहेंगे कि देखो जड़ों को उखाड़ दिया, लेकिन हमने नहीं उखाड़ा। रादर एक जो सड़क बन रही है बॉर्डर के इलाके में, वहां के रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन के चलते जो इन पेड़ वनस्पतियों का, पेड़ों का ह्रास हुआ है, उन्हीं में से फेंकी हुई जो जड़ें जो हैं वो हमने एकत्रित की हैं और उन्हीं को लाके धो के इनके हमने कुजीन डेवलपमेंट आज किया है। चाहे वो स्नैक्स हो चाहे सब्जी। एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस वेजिटेबल, एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस स्नैक्स, एरम्यूरस हेमेलिकस रूट्स।